Okay, Joanne, we are driving from my driveway to the base. And hopefully this thing will not fall over. Love you. I'll talk to you as we go. We'll see how far I go. My driveway to the base. Oh, we're turning down McCutcheon. Here we go. And is it recording? Sure looks like it. Wobbly to me. I wonder if I can bring that down further. That'd be kind of cool if I could display that out more, but no, it doesn't want to. So the colors that used to be bright orange are actually now fading to dead leaves. And so I only got 65% battery. I did bring a USB charger, but it's for the GoPro. But it's like a foot long, if that. Sure would have been nice if they would have provided a bigger one, but no, they didn't do that. So I apologize for the bumpiness, because it's just the way my camera is. Well, I'm turning because I forgot my turn signal, but also because we live right next to the school, and this is a school morning, Tuesday. And if I don't go now, I'll be behind a train load of cars, of people who have dropped their kids off. And I certainly don't want to go wait that long. But hopefully, the tripod this is on will be a lot better than just sitting it on the dash by itself like I did when I drove to Jonesville. If I had known about this little tripod thingy, I'd have brought it with me. But I didn't. I didn't know. This is Caulfield. We're gonna go right across Caulfield. The vet's office, if we turn left, the vet's office is just a few hundred feet down. So we're really close to the vet. Praise the Lord. Since I've been losing weight with this cleansing that I've been on, my hips aren't as painful. I think I've improved about 80% on the pain in my hips, which makes me feel bad because I have handicap plates on and I probably could get by without them. So if I'm feeling good, the only problem, well, there's another problem. The other problem is the fact that at any moment my hip can go south as in very painful. Yeah, you just realized you're in the wrong lane, didn't you, buddy? Because only one lane turns to the freeway. This lane goes straight through. Cal West is a parallel road, but McNeil goes all the way down to one called Seymour, because I don't like getting on the freeway to go to the base. you don't know where you're going, that looked like a baby kitten back there hitting the road. If you don't know where you're going, you'll get over in that lane to turn to the freeway, and there's no way back without taking the perimeter road, Cal West, turning around someplace and heading back. So just had a feeling when I saw his turn signal that it was like, oh man, I gotta move. I try to give people space just in case they're one of those newbies doesn't know how that particular underpass works. This is kind of the Richie Rich area, and big houses on this street back here. Really, really big house. I'm talking 2,000 square feet houses or more. That is the radio tower up there. If you want to ever tune in, KFDX Channel 3, you will see Wichita Falls radio channel. It's got the peacock tail, so I don't know, does that still mean ABC or NBC or or is it CBS that has the cocktail tails? All right, now this is all new freeway. They just put this in, I want to say, 1 month ago. So it's smooth, yay! Which means there shouldn't be too much rattle on the camera, but then I could be wrong. I may not have the best struts or hydraulic or whatever I'll call it. Beautiful, beautiful road. And it's 50 on this road, so we can cruise just a little bit better. I'm leaving late actually because the commissary opens at 9:30. But like most commissaries, their doors are open at 1/4 and you don't get to actually purchase anything at the register until 9:30. But you could almost have your baskets completely filled before it's time to open. And this drive from the house to the base takes about 20 minutes. So there's a good chance this thing will turn off at 13 minutes and come back on by itself. And there'll be a part 2 for the drive. Then when we get to the commissary parking lot, I will turn it off, turn it on again, so you can come into the commissary with me. And I'll do the same thing before we go into the thrift shop. And then that will be it. You don't really want to see the drive back to the house, I'm sure. So, look at all those real tall, I don't know what kind of, are those cattails? I don't know what kind of plants those are, but they sure are tall. But I gotta admit, JoJo, you want to live someplace, unless you don't like tornadoes and severe thunderstorms, Wichita Falls is certainly the place to live. It's absolutely the place to live. We're going to turn here and head on out to the base. This is called Loop 11. They have a couple of different roads that like do a mighty circle around through the town, and they're numbered, they're called loops. This one's Loop 11, so it gives you any idea. There's obviously 9, 10, whatever. And I've actually been on one called Loop 5, which goes sort of into the big city where all the really big buildings are. You know, I know 10-foot buildings probably aren't super, super big, but not 10 foot, but 10-story, 12-story buildings are probably mediocre to what you're used to. But big enough for me. This is the Wichita River we're going to go over. Rarely floods. Rarely. Oh, good. We have got a green light right now. There's another vet's office, Equestrian, over on the left. You would not have seen it. I feel like the camera is trying to swivel. Does that make any sense? It's pretty much riding on the center stock. Right up here, you can see the sign. It says Texoma. That whole complex is the assisted living complex that Aunt Linda was in for a spell when she had fallen down. And I had gone to visit with her, and I spent almost 3 hours with her at least. And April came over after her lunch and visited with her. And when we had talked on the phone, I told her I had visited Aunt Linda, and she goes, "Really?" She never said a word. And I said, well, she probably doesn't remember that I was even there. But she called me, you know, by my name. So cute. We had some good talks. Wish I had GoPro'd that. That'd have been really nice. But I didn't have a GoPro at the time. I had some old stories about Indiana and her as a kid. And it was awesome. But right now she's home again. But her memory's even worse. And April takes care of her. Of course, I think April's a med tech. I don't think she's a full-fledged nurse yet. Or she's working on it. She works night shift, bless her heart. Gets as much sleep as she can. And still manages to take care of Aunt Linda. And there are a plethora of kitty cats. They like kitties. Reminds me of when I was doing the cat rescue. And one time I'd have up to 9 kittens. They were crated, and I'd let them come out and play when I get home from work in the evenings, and they'd get their food, and it was a joy. But Sano was